One of the biggest sins in trading is using too much leverage. You want to become a successful trader? Stop playing with fire. While using leverage, make your profits skyrocket, but it can also turn your trading account into an inferno. Overdoing it with leverage can wipe out your entire portfolio like a blink of an eye. It's like pouring gasoline into a campfire. Things can get out of our hands very quickly, so be cautious and use leverage wisely to avoid getting burned. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the daily market recap. You know what to do, like, subscribe, and without any further ado, let's see the charts. Another day in bear's land. Bulls are nowhere to be found. This trend line is holding the lower lows. Price is continuing sliding down, breaking down and under. We are heading towards the gap at the 407. For now, don't be hero. There is a difference between buying the dip and trying to catch a falling knife. Know the difference. QQQ breaking below the 357. Now 351 is the next support. Below it, we are heading towards this yellow trend line together with the 344. We still have an open gap at the 364. Nothing much to look at the QQQ unless you are a bear. So if you are a bear and you are short on the market, congratulations, you've made your year. Dow Jones continuing to the downside. 330 broke down. Next will be the 327 and then 323. Overall, also Dow Jones looking quite bad for bulls. IWM, if you follow me on Twitter and you saw previous videos, you know all these levels to the upside, to the downside, and we said below 174, 171, and here we are. For now it's holding. It was a very important area of support, as you can see. December 2022, over here March and April and May of 2023, and also now. Will it hold? We don't know. Bears are in full control. Bears are very strong now, breaking down and under 167 and then 163 are next. Bitcoin tried and failed to close above this yellow trend line. This is why we always say follow the trend. Trend lines. Now 27, still holding 2 consecutive dojis. A lot of time, 21 hours left. Well, I'll post this video, 21 hours left for this candle breaking down and under 26,200. Ethereum back below the 1650. 1600 needs to hold, otherwise we are heading towards this 1540. Overall, no bears are to be, no bulls are at sight all across crypto land. Crude oil holding above the 87.80 area. We do have here some kind of a head and shoulders pattern if you're a pattern trader, pattern seeker, which clearly Fibonacci traders are not. We follow price, we use our levels to the upside and to the downside to manage our risk. Below 87.80 and crude oil is heading back, retesting this red box as support. Look left, this red box was a very strong resistance since November 2022 until it broke to the upside beginning of September. Will it get retested? Follow price, never be biased. Natural gas holding nicely above the 2.8 area. Now let's see bullish continuation towards the 312. Above 312, in my opinion, we will get a run to the 360. But of course, it's only my opinion. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, including myself. You can watch videos to get ideas. In the end of the day, it's your money. Take care of your money. XLE breaking below the 88.50. Looks like a double top scenario. Below 87, 85.80 is next. XLV just flashed to the downside. breaking below this very important yellow trend line that held the higher lows since June of 2022, now broke to the downside. Next, where price might be heading next, we don't need to guess. This is why we have Fibonacci: swing low, swing high. Next is the 126. Below it, we can take also Fibonacci over here. 126 is next. Below it, we have all the levels Fibonacci gives us. Learn the in-depth relationship between candlestick analysis, trend lines, and Fibonacci. No need anything else. All the rest of the indicators, you don't need to believe me. You can try by yourself. All the rest of the indicators are purely lagging. If they were not, you would see them in the future, but you don't. You see them only in the past. The only things you see in the future are trend lines and Fibonacci. Check the Fibonacci Academy playlist, free. Before you take any other paid service, check the 25 videos on how to become a better trader on the technical side and on the psychology behind trading. Apple sliding down, 172, doji inside candle, nothing much. Tesla 2% to the downside. This purple trend line, you know it, we drew it a few weeks back from support to resistance. No need any other indicators. We don't even need Fibonacci. Why? Because with high probability, we can identify where price might be heading next. Below 242, look left, 230, and then closing this gap to the downside. AMD, as long as price is inside this red channel shows us the way south, up left, down right, until proven otherwise. What do I mean by until proven otherwise? We need at least 1 week above this red channel, and then we will head towards this white trend line. White trend line held the higher lows since October of 2022 until it broke to the downside middle of September. Like Tesla, trend lines from support to resistance. Same will happen here. Once this red trend line, if and when this red trend line will break to the upside, this white trend line will become a very tough resistance. If you want to take your trading journey to the highest level, really understand how it works, all this Fibonacci, price action, and trend lines, check the links in the description below. We have 2 programs with lifetime access for support, guidance, and all Discord channels. Both programs, the one-on-one live or the pre-recorded, both programs are available in English and in Hebrew. And we have special discounts, so don't miss this opportunity to become your own indicator and finally take your financial freedom in your own hands. Don't put your financial freedom in anyone else's hands. Amazon, trend line, resistance, support, support, but sliding down. And as long as Amazon is sliding down as this yellow trend line, the way is south. Microsoft 2.6% to the downside, breaking below the 316. Now 309 needs to hold. Why? Because below it, this yellow trend line is next. As you can see, below this yellow trend line, or continue sliding on this yellow trend line, we are sliding down towards this 280 gap. Once you see a gap, whether it's to the upside, whether it's to the downside, you need to embrace that this gap with more than 85-90% chance will get filled. Google, 1.3% to the downside, and we call it relative strength because Tesla went 2%, AMD 3%, Amazon almost 4%, Microsoft 2.6%, Nvidia almost 3%. So 1.3% in this kind of market, relative strength. 134 is also the 618 Fibonacci retracement. Tough resistance in the past 3 candles. Now 131 needs to hold. If 131 will fail to hold, 127 will be next. Below 127, this gap with high probability, high chance, will get filled. Netflix, zoom in to see why and what happened in Netflix. News came out, raising subscription fees, went up, crazy move, 3.5% to the upside, came a doji, and then all the way back down and below. Touch this purple trend line. As you can see, this purple trend line comes from the daily. Always zoom in, zoom out to really understand what happened to price. Still holding, but sliding down. 370 together with this purple trend line needs to hold. Below it, you know it, 342 will get filled. Nvidia 2.8% to the downside. Downtrend, bounce, Fibonacci 50%. By the way, the 50% retracement is not by any means a Fibonacci ratio. 426 needs to hold, otherwise 408. Below 409, below 409, this gap will get filled. Meta almost 2% to the downside, but basically Meta is moving sideways between the 298, 297 and 308, 310, long above this yellow trend line, short below this yellow trend line, and then all you need is follow price and use the levels to the upside or levels to the downside for future support and resistance and managing risk together with the ATR. If you don't know how to use ATR to manage your risk, or if you want to know how to use Fibonacci, check the Fibonacci Academy playlist. We have special videos on ATR and Fibonacci. Shopify 51, very important area of support. Below it, 48 gap will get filled. But always prepare for both sides. If for some reason the overall sentiment in the market will change tomorrow or by the end of this week, we have a double bottom scenario that will get validated. Only a weekly close above 55.60. Always follow price, use levels, trend lines, multi-time frames to manage your risk. It's only candlestick analysis, it's only technical analysis, it's not rocket science. Make it simple. Check the links in the description below for more information. So hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like, subscribe, share with friends. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as we are going live 2 times a day. Pre-market preparations show 8:30 a.m. and midday market review 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Until the next video, do good things.